A revolver that sold for $800 in 1985 just hammered for $52,000 at auction. While modern handguns lose value the moment you buy them, 10 specific revolvers are climbing faster than gold, some tripling in just 5 years. Smash that subscribe button right now, because number 1 will blow your mind. Number 10. Ruger Blackhawk Flat Top. Bill Ruger built something special back in 1955. He took the old cowboy gun design and made it stronger, tougher, and ready for the powerful new bullets hitting the market. The early Blackhawk revolvers had a flat top design, no protective wings around the rear sight like modern guns. Ruger only made these flat top models for 7 years before changing the design in 1962. Only 30,000 were ever manufactured across all calibers. And that number gets smaller every year as guns get lost, damaged, or locked away in collections. The rarest versions, chambered in .44 Magnum with specific barrel lengths, are the holy grail for collectors. First-year production guns with low serial numbers sell for double or triple the price of later models. While new Blackhawks sell for around $800, these vintage flat-top models have climbed steadily over the past decade. Smart collectors recognized early that not every valuable revolver needs a Colt stamped on the side. Pros: stronger frame than original Colts, handles powerful Magnum cartridges safely, low serial numbers worth more, factory letters verify authenticity, limited 7-year production run. Cons: no protective sight ears present. Reproductions flood the market today. Condition varies widely on used. Some had timing issues early, not all calibers equally valuable. Price: $700 to $2,000. Number 9. Smith & Wesson model, 27 pre-1957. Before Smith & Wesson started using model numbers, they marked their top guns with just the caliber name on the barrel. These transitional magnums, made between 1946 and 1957, sit in a sweet spot for collectors. They weren't custom registered like the ultra-rare registered magnums, but they still got the royal treatment from master gunsmiths. The deep blue finish on these guns puts modern production to shame. They came with the new short throw hammer that Smith introduced in 1950, making the trigger pull smoother and faster. These guns bridge the gap between the super expensive registered magnums that cost $10,000 and up, and the common numbered models that came after 1957. Right now, collectors are waking up to the fact that these transitional guns offer similar quality at a fraction of the cost. Values have jumped significantly over the past 10 years as registered magnums climbed out of reach for average collectors. Pros: hand-fitted by master craftsmen, deep polished blue finish quality, short throw hammer improves shooting, longer barrels command premium prices, original boxes double the value. Cons: not registered like earlier versions. Finish wears easily with use. Heavy recoil for new shooters. Grips crack over time frequently. Factory records sometimes incomplete. Price: $4,000 to $7,000. Number 8. Colt Diamondback. Think of the Diamondback as the Python's younger brother. Smaller, but just as beautiful. Colt made these from 1966 to 1988 on their smaller D frame, perfect for people who wanted Python quality without the heavy weight. They came in .22 caliber and .38 special, featuring the same fancy ventilated rib on top and adjustable target sights as the Python. When Python prices went absolutely crazy and shot past $8,000, collectors started hunting for more affordable Colt snake guns. Guns that sold for $500 10 years ago now bring double or triple that amount. The most common versions have 4-inch or 6-inch barrels with blue finish. The holy grail is the .22 Magnum with a tiny 2.5-inch barrel in nickel finish, so rare that crooks regularly make fake ones to fool buyers. First-year 1966 production guns carry extra value. Complete sets, with original boxes, papers, and hang tags, sell for $3,000 to $4,000 in excellent shape. Only 22 years of production means these guns are finite, and as Python mania continues, diamondback values keep climbing. Pros: lighter weight than full pythons. Same quality sights and rib, 2 caliber options available here. First-year guns worth more. Python spillover, demand continues rising. Cons: fakes flood the rare configurations. Smaller frame limits, power options. Timing issues common in used, nickel finish chips and peels, not all barrel lengths equally. Price: $1,500 to $4,000. Which Colt snake gun would you pick for your collection, and why? Drop your answer in the comments below. Number 7. Dan Wesson Model 15 2 Pistol Pack. Daniel Wesson's grandson started his own company and revolutionized revolver design in 1968. Instead of a barrel permanently screwed into the frame, Dan Wesson revolvers let you swap barrels in minutes using simple tools. The barrel shroud slides off. You unscrew the barrel with the included wrench, tension it properly with a nut at the front, and you're done. The real magic was the pistol pack, a complete set that typically included 4 different barrel lengths in a fitted case. You got a 2.5-inch barrel for concealed carry, 4 and 6-inch barrels for target work, and an 8-inch barrel for hunting. The Model 15-2, chambered in .357 Magnum, became their best seller. Guns made in Monson, Massachusetts between 1968 and 1990 are climbing in value steadily. Complete pistol packs in excellent condition sell for $1,500 to $2,500. Individual revolvers without the extra barrels bring $500 to $800. Pros: barrel swaps take only minutes. 4 guns in one package. Tension system improves accuracy greatly. Monson-era quality is superior. Rare calibers undervalued currently. Cons: easy to lose barrel tools. Tension must be checked regularly. Later production quality dropped significantly. Complete sets rarely stay together. Barrel assemblies expensive to replace. Price: $500 to $2,500. Number 6. Ruger Super Blackhawk Old Model. When Dirty Harry made the Smith & Wesson 44 Magnum famous in 1971, Clint Eastwood also boosted another gun. Ruger had introduced the Super Blackhawk in 1959 specifically for the powerful 44 Magnum cartridge. This wasn't just a regular Blackhawk beefed up. It featured a larger grip frame borrowed from the old Dragoon revolvers, with a square back trigger guard and an unfluted cylinder. The old model Super Blackhawks, made from 1959 to 1972, are the most collectible versions. Early examples came with a rare 6.5-inch barrel that collectors hunt for today. Ruger only made these old models for 13 years, before redesigning them with modern safety features in 1973. New model Super Blackhawks have been in production for over 50 years now, making the old models increasingly scarce. First year 1959 guns with low 4-digit serial numbers exceed $1,000 in excellent condition. Pros: handles 44, Magnum reliably always. Unfluted cylinder, distinctive looking appearance. Old models only 13 years. 6.5 barrel rare, cheaper than comparable Smith Wessons. Cons: no transfer bar safety mechanism, heavy recoil punishes new shooters, finish scratches easily with holster, grips too large for some. Later models lack collector appeal. Price: $600 to $1,200. Number 5. Smith & Wesson Model 29. Pre-dash. Dirty Harry, holding a 44 Magnum in 1971, created the most famous revolver in movie history. But the earliest Model 29 revolvers, the pre-dash variants made from 1956 to 1958, are what serious collectors want. Smith & Wesson developed the 44 Magnum cartridge in 1955 after gun writer Elmer Keith spent years pushing for a revolver that could handle heavy 44 special loads safely. Early 4-screw Model 29s made between 1956 and 1958 sit in a completely different collector category than later production. Only about 6,500 were manufactured. Examples in excellent condition sell for double what later models bring, potentially $2,000 to $4,000, depending on condition, barrel length, and history. Later dash variants, like the Model 29-2 made from 1961 to 1982, are also collectible, especially rare 5-inch barrel versions that sell for 3 to 5 times standard values. Pros: most famous movie revolver ever, early production, extremely limited quantity, 5-inch barrels worth triple, nickel finish commands, premium always, cultural significance keeps growing. Cons: heavy recoil, difficult to control, ammunition expensive to shoot regularly. Dash numbers confuse new collectors. Later production flooded the market. Dirty Harry fakes exist everywhere. Price: $1,000 to $4,000. Have you ever fired a .44 Magnum and did it live up to the Dirty Harry hype? Let us know your experience below. Number 4. Colt Single Action Army First Generation. The gun that won the West. The U.S. Army adopted the Colt Single Action Army in 1873, and it served soldiers, lawmen, outlaws, and ranchers across the frontier. Nicknamed the Peacemaker, this revolver stayed in production with interruptions for over 150 years. First-generation SAAs made from 1873 to 1941 command serious collector money. These break into 2 main categories: black powder frame revolvers from 1873 to 1898, and smokeless powder frame from 1899 to 1941. Values swing wildly based on condition, caliber, barrel length, and history. A well-preserved black powder frame in excellent condition runs $5,000 to $15,000. Rare variants, like the flat-top target model, made from 1890 to 1898, with only 914 produced, or original U.S. cavalry contract guns exceed 20,000 easily. In May 2025, the Black Beauty Colt SAA serial number 126506, engraved by master craftsman Nimsky in 1888, sold for $1,645,000 at Rock Island auction. First-generation SAAs in original condition with factory authentication letters aren't being made anymore. Every year more enter permanent museum collections. Demand from wealthy collectors keeps growing. Pros: historical frontier, significance unmatched completely. Black powder frames most valuable. Rare variants exceed 20,000. Factory letters authenticate everything properly. Museum quality examples exist still. Cons: values swing wildly by details. Fakes and frauds are common. Parts replaced over 100 years. Condition grading requires expertise always. Second generation much less valuable. Price: $5,000 to over $1 million. Number 3. Colt Bisley Model Single Action Army. The Colt Bisley represents one of the most specialized and sought-after variations of the legendary Single Action Army. Colt introduced the Bisley model in 1894, specifically for target shooters who demanded better accuracy and control than the standard SAA provided. The Bisley featured a distinctive grip design, with a deeper curve and longer grip frame that positioned the gun lower in the hand for better recoil management. The hammer was wider and lower mounted, with a deeper checkering pattern for precise thumb cocking. Colt only manufactured Bisley models from 1894 to 1912, just 18 years of production compared to the SAA's century-plus run. The Bisley came in various calibers with different barrel lengths and rare configurations in original condition command serious premiums. Famous owners added significant value to specific examples. Actor Audie Murphy's personal Bisley sold for a substantial premium at auction. Standard Bisley models in excellent condition sell for $8,000 to $15,000. Rare calibers, exceptional condition, or documented celebrity ownership push values into the $20,000 to $40,000 range. Pros: only 18 years production period. Target specific design features unique. Famous ownership examples exist documented. Lower production than standard SAA. Grip design superior for accuracy. Cons. Parts difficult to find today. Specialized design, not everyone's taste. Requires expert authentication always. Caliber variations confuse beginners badly. Condition grading extremely difficult. Price, $8,000 to $40,000. Number 2. Colt Python. Early production. Since Colt introduced the Python in 1955, people called it the finest production revolver ever made. Built on Colt's large I-frame, it featured a ventilated rib, full underlug, adjustable target sights, and Colt's signature royal blue finish that looked almost black. Early production Pythons, particularly first and second-year models, are the most valuable today. Colt stopped making Pythons in 1999 because the hand-fitting process cost too much money and time. Prices immediately started climbing after production ended. When Colt brought the Python back in 2020 using modern manufacturing methods, collectors worried it would crash vintage values. Demand for original hand-fitted Pythons exploded. December 2024 saw multiple Pythons shatter auction estimates at Rock Island. The first production Colt Python Elite, serial number PE 000001, sold for $15,275. A 1986 Python with rare 2.5-inch barrel brought $8,225. Pros. Hand-fitted by master gunsmiths. Early production most valuable always. Nickel finish extremely rare variant. Short barrels command huge premiums. New production validates vintage values. Cons. Timing issues develop with use. Royal blue finish, delicate scratches. Reproductions confuse new buyers greatly. Heavy weight for carry purposes. Modern Pythons lack hand fitting. Price, $8,000 to $15,000. Do you think the new Colt Pythons will ever match the value of vintage hand-fitted originals? Share your prediction in the comments. Number 1. Smith & Wesson 357 Registered Magnum. The Smith & Wesson 357 Registered Magnum, produced from 1935 to 1939, isn't just a firearm. Each one was a custom-ordered work of art, hand-built to the buyer's exact specifications, and assigned a unique registration number by Douglas Wesson himself. In the early 1930s, law enforcement faced heavily armed criminals with Thompson submachine guns and semi-automatic rifles. Douglas Wesson, grandson of Smith and Wesson's co-founder, worked with famous gun writers Phil Sharp and Elmer Keith to develop a cartridge more powerful than anything available. The result was the 357 Magnum, introduced April 8, 1935, as the most powerful handgun cartridge in the world. These registered Magnums cost $60, equivalent to $1,413 in 2024 money. Customers specified every single detail. Blue or nickel finish, with fewer than 150 made in nickel. Master gunsmiths hand-fitted each revolver, a process taking 3 to 4 weeks initially, later 6 weeks as demand surged. Upon completion, each gun was stamped with a serial number and registration number starting with a reg. The company then issued a certificate signed by Douglas Wesson confirming the owner's name, registration number, and all custom features. Only about 5,400 total registered Magnums were manufactured during the 5-year production run. These aren't just collectible revolvers. They're museum pieces that represent the birth of Magnum handgun cartridges and custom firearm craftsmanship at its absolute peak. Pros. Each gun custom built uniquely. Douglas Wesson signed certificates personally. Only 5-year production period. Fewer than 150 nickel, birth of Magnum handgun era. Cons. Extremely expensive to acquire today. Many registration cards lost forever. Condition varies dramatically across examples. Shooting one decreases value significantly. Authentication requires expert verification always. Price: $7,500 to $100,000 plus. These 10 revolvers aren't just guns sitting in safes. They're investments outperforming the stock market while you sleep. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button and subscribe right now so you never miss our next breakdown of what's actually worth your money.